Um, so I'm gonna be working on the camera limits right now, and like mainly just handling all of the camera movement. Right now, we just have our camera as a child of the player, so like no matter what, it's always gonna follow the player. And then we just set bounds based on the room size from these tiles. So like it's kind of hard to see, but like each of our rooms are split into each of these scenes, and based on the tiles, um, that's where we set our max bounds. Um, we still want to have our bounds like at the edges of each of these rooms, but for like where the camera is on the y-axis, I feel like we want to grab the player's global position first, and then compare it to the camera limits currently. So I actually don't know if our camera is a child of the player or if it's following the player, because I do have this code right here that just says camera.global position is equal to our player node global position. So I think it's probably separated. Let's see. Yeah, unless we have a camera here. Yeah, there's no camera. But it is still possible that we're messing around with it if I change it somewhere in our code. It'll probably be in the in the world 0. Move camera. Damn, this code is kind of messy. Alright, yeah. So it's not a child. All we're doing is running this move camera function here, which just sets up the limits whenever we switch rooms, and then we run move camera. Actually, you know what's funny? We're saying camera.move camera here, but I think we're already running it in our physics process. I'm gonna try commenting this out real quick, just to see. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. So what I'm gonna try doing is we'll keep this the way it is. Oh, okay. So we're actually not using move camera anymore. It's follow player. What we could do is run move camera, like have move camera determine when to actually move it on the y-axis. Technically, it'll always follow the player. Let's just test this out. If player node we'll say we'll add to our limit top. So limit limit top plus equals 1 or minus equals 180. Okay, so at the moment, our limits are still, we're never going above our bounds, and it's because in our world, that's where we already said it. So we have we have max bounds, and then we also have limit left, but these are like the same exact thing. I'm not sure why I use max bounds. Let me see here. Min bounds. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we even use max bounds. So let me see. Find in files. Max bounds. Yeah, it's kind of redundant. We can actually get rid of that. But for our world here, the thing is, we're going to still want to use our tile map to get the initial limit top and limit bottom. So right now we're grabbing our node, which is probably it's the room node. It's equal to node position. Let me see here. Move camera. Yeah, it's grabbing the room position. But what's weird here? Okay, node position, node pos plus minus min y, node max y. Okay, I see what's going on here. Basically, we're grabbing the object's global position, which is usually on 0, 0, and then min y, max y is the tile map location. So if I'll just jump into a room to explain it. Yeah, we have min y, min x, max y, and max x, and those are basically just determined by our used cells. And then we just grab the furthest cell to the right, furthest cell to the left, bottom and top. So that's that. But we're not going to be using that anymore. It's still going to be used to determine our like grand limit, but for our like local limit, I'm going to try this. I'm going to comment all of this out. And what we're going to do for now is we're going to say limit top minus 180. Limit bottom. Actually, this would be minus, I want to say it's going to be minus 90. And this will be plus 90. Let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of what I was hoping for. It does look a little strange, right? The thing is, I'll have to like redesign all of our rooms now, if we want it to work like this. Oh, but another thing that's like, there's one issue with this, and that's that we can't see what's above us. Well, our limit here is a little messed up. Like, if we're all the way down here, our limit like goes off screen. So what we're gonna have to do in that follow player function is also check what our max. Oh, so that's what we can use the max bounds for. So we'll have those like local bounds. But if the max bound is something else, then I guess we'll like readjust basically. So yeah, actually, this will be a lot easier than I thought. So let's go back into. Let's make sure max bounds is actually correct here. So maybe that's what I was using it for originally. Like, I honestly have no idea what these max bounds were for, but it seems like they work. It's working out. And it's the same. Let me see. Max bounds x is equal to node position x. Plus, yeah, it's the same exact thing. Okay. So then over here, what we'll do. And eventually we'll put this in the move camera function, but I'm going to test it all out here. Player node level position is okay. So what we'll do is, honestly, you know what we'll do? We'll write it here. Oops. Same thing here. Limit. Oh, we're gonna want to update both of them. But limit top equals what we'll say here is limit bottom is equal to our max bounds dot y plus 180. And then for limit bounds, max bounds, min bounds dot y, limit bottom is equal to min bounds dot y. Wait. Limit bottom equals all right, still happening for some reason. Wait, let's see. Okay, on the first instance, it doesn't work properly, but after we just restart the room. So we'll just need to make sure that it updates as we enter a new room. That's not a big deal. But I do want to see how this looks as we go up here. See, this is the only issue. Either we have to redesign every room to show what's coming up next. Another option is to, like, we can use icons to, like, show where the closest object is. But yeah, like, even right here, I'm not entirely sure how we would, like, determine or, like, tell the player that they need to go up first. My first instinct is telling me that we can make some sort of pathfinding for the camera. so that like it knows where to go. But at the same time, if we had like multiple paths to take, it wouldn't work out so nicely. And like even here it like becomes an issue. Like now we don't even know what's below us. At least with the original camera movement, we could see a little bit of ahead of time. But yeah, now it's not even possible. Like I said, unless we redesigned all of our rooms to work with the new camera movement. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of annoying. Honestly, I might take. I know I just started the stream, but I might take a break to think about this because I don't want to start working on something and then like scratch the whole idea. Let me look at our game really quick. Yeah, I think we're definitely we're gonna go back to the original camera movement. And what I don't know. We could also another thing we could technically do is either we redesign all of our rooms or we just make the camera movement I wouldn't want to be bound to anything. So I think we are going to get rid of it. I guess there is nothing wrong with the original camera movement. I guess I just wanted something more exciting. And I think, like, if we were to redesign the entire game, or like redesign the levels, I'd rather redesign it to make it work with our current camera system rather than it working with this one. But there are still some nice things we can do with this. I still want to make the camera transition to the next room a lot nicer, so we could have it so that it moves to this section here. So I think that's what I'll work on. But yeah, I kind of want to just take a minute. I'm probably gonna go to the gym or something. Think about it while I'm there. So like movement, like this is a pretty small room, but you can see the camera's moving on the x-axis here. This isn't too bad, really. We could even speed up the movement. Like if we know the player's going into a specific direction, we could have the bounds. Actually, let me see something. So right now the camera's just like, it's moving up immediately. If we have the camera slowly switching between all of these states, it might not be too bad. And then for significant changes, like let's say, I think I figured it out. Or maybe I have. So like, if we drop straight down like that, we'll have the camera like basically pause the game for a split second for the camera to catch up, and then the player will resume falling. So like basically once I drop down here, the camera will freeze the game, or like the game will just pause. Like all physics will pause. We'll wait for the camera to catch up. We'll be right here, and then we'll drop straight down. Now I'm just thinking for other rooms where we kind of need, we can't have that delay because we want the player to like, I guess, observe what's going on. That's the only issue. So we're basically going to try to make a hybrid between this camera movement and our old camera movement. I still don't know. Yeah, because like right here we don't know, like if we jump up here, we don't know where to go unless we dash up, and that's an issue. And this especially is an issue. And I wonder if we could make like maybe some sort of smart camera movement, but we'd have to like detect where all of our objects are, and I think it'll be a hassle. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna take a break here. Yeah, I'll try to stream again today. See what we can do.